back.
In or out, it's your call.
There's no ref here.
That's on us.
Decisions like these are about trust.
That's spirit, not a slogan.
But to be fair,
Even when the game is on the line.
It's not easy.
Sometimes it gets intense.
Because spirit keeps the game bigger than the point.
Bigger than the call.
bigger than me,
It's how I know I can go all out.
and trust my opponent will too.
It's not just rules, it's respect.
Because when you respect the call,
You respect the player.
It's every decision you make.
Every conversation,
every point.
It's the reason I compete at my best.
And when I have to make the call,
In or out.
I'll call it honestly.
Because spirit is the standard.
And we don't play below it.
All right, welcome Ultimate fans. This is Canadian Ultimate Championships 2026 in Surrey, BC, Newton Athletic Park. We are bringing you the bronze medal game in our mixed division. We got PBHG out of Manitoba, Fable out of BC, Senior Mixed, and we've had two teams that have had a little bit of a different semifinal experience. Fable, a tough loss against Goblin in their semifinal. But PBHG, on the other hand, having quite a tight semifinal in their game. We got myself, Habib Atawa, and we got Blake over here. Coach Blake, what are you hoping to see out of this game right now?
Well, first off, I do want to acknowledge that we're on the ancestral, unceded, and traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples. From this game, I want to see 90 minutes of everything they got. I mean, just watching that last third place game, it's an emotional game of runs, and we'll see what we get.
Absolutely. We got Fable starting on offense here. A little bit of a horizontal sort of flow. Fable is in light, PBHG in dark here. Far sideline, shot goes up. And you got Fable opening up the score. Number 23. Seems to have been a bump there, but I believe they're still going to signal that goal by the observers. Number 23, that was Nicholas Chang opening up the scoring for Fable.
Quick start. Now, if you can't notice, or you weren't here for that last game, that is a downwind. We do have a pretty steady wind coming from the south end of the field, moving towards where you see all those food trucks in the north end zone. I think we should get used to seeing bigger plays down in that end zone today.
Fable's D-line coming out now, getting ready to go for the opening pull. PBHG, I mean, we have seen them on stream this whole entire week. We know that they're very patient, very disciplined, and love the big plays. They got a lot of athletic players, woman matching, open matching, that like to make big plays. And defensively, they got a very hungry young D-line.
Well, I'm excited to see how hungry their O-line is here as they come out.
Absolutely. We see Matthew Paget, number 7 on the line there, far from the right. Big receiver for them. Also got number 82 there on the first close sideline for PBHG. The Thomas Boyle, who is going to be usually centering the disc. Pardon me, 32 for the Thomas Boyle. Looking for the deep shot right away to Matthew Paget. Can he make up the grounds? It is completed with the two-hand grab, and that is how PBHG opens up their O-line pull play.
Nice to see him turn on the afterburners there. It looks like when he saw it was going further, he just found a little bit more speed.
Always love seeing that closing out speed by players, especially putting it on the, like you say, the downwind side. But the Thomas Boyle having just great amount of touch, a little bit of a high throw too to allow Paget to make up the grounds. 2 quick points by PBHG and Fable back to back here. And we get a chance to see this, again, young D-line by PBHG getting out there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these teams just feel each other out. You know, PBHG, obviously, great team, came in with aspirations to win something. I think Fable is really happy to find themselves in this game. They've played a great tournament to get this far. And now when you get to this one game, though, seeding doesn't matter anymore. You know, it's one game. And these first 30 minutes will be big in seeing what sort of punches these teams come out with.
Woman matching side for PBHG got Grace Rutledge out there on the D-line. And big OI pull. Just stopping the roll there. Fable back on offense, getting into their horizontal stack. And Nathan Supentang starting with the disc. Brings it out to 33. Evan Chen. Evan Chen going with the deep shot. Perhaps just a little bit too far, hoping to find Anna Yang in the end zone there. First turnover by the Fable O-line, and PBHG a chance for the break.
There's that downwind coming up again, just pushing it out of her reach. Be interesting to see how PBHG handles this upwind.
Jennifer Herms grabbing the disc and bringing it to the line to start this vertical stack. Cut coming out from the back, couple of switches downfield from Fable. Going for the jam cut here. Laying out, but unfortunately unsuccessful. Fable going to retain possession here, 10 yards from the goal line. Very close to the red zone right here on the away sideline. Big up the line burst, and that is once again Nicholas Chang going back to back here on these Fable scores.
It's nice to celebrate a hold. PBHG, you know, they got the opportunity. They'll be content if they keep getting one opportunity.
It's good to see PBHG already putting the pressure on Fable. They did get the turn on the second 0 point, so already if you're PBHG, you're thinking, hey, we're putting pressure on them. We got a turnover. We just got to keep going, and eventually maybe it might turn into a break.
Yeah, let's keep it up. I mean, I think, as I said, we've seen now 3 straight points in that downfield end zone, or downwind end zone. I imagine we'll see a few more.
And for those who don't know anything about PBHG, right? This team was founded over 10 years ago and has been really heavily shaped by Josh Kerr, retired player. Previously won CUC in 2018, so they are not unfamiliar with being in podium situations, right? They try to fight every year to get what they want. They got second in 2021 and 2022 and third in 2023. So in terms of a program, quite successful in terms of getting onto the podium here. Thomas Boyle. Sideline yelling shooter because they know what's going to happen. Deep shot goes up. It's floating. Inside positioning taken away by Fable. That was number 22, Yadi Yu.
Classic split and send. Maybe just a little late on pulling the trigger on that one.
And PBHG knowing that if they got the win on their backs, we might as well go a little bit more trigger happy. shot of their own by Fable. Inside positioning. Was able to box out here. Number 77 was there for PBHG. That's Ezra Thiessen.
I think receiver just playing a little bit more of the body than paying attention to the read on that one.
We got Jordan Wu on the mark here for Thomas Boyle. Drawing that matchup. Centering disc comes over to Nguyen. Heather Herms throwing that pass to Boyle. Finding the middle shot down here. That's Ewan Mitchell. Upline shot, successful. Front cone, PBHG with the score.
Made it look easy just flowing down that open side. Punch it in.
If you're Fable here, you probably saw when you thought the defensive play, oh, there was a deep shot opportunity. However, they are going against the wind, so those discs are going to hang, giving defensive players a chance to get underneath.
I mean, you're kind of seeing just as up to now the exact same thing from both teams. Getting into that end zone and then saying, you know what? Good luck getting it upfield. We'll take an extra opportunity if we don't catch it.
And woman matching players, it's Key Nagao, number 82, seeing there on the O-line. For those once again unfamiliar, we are in a BBA system for mixed, meaning that there's going to be a gender ratio change alternating. So, for example, if there are more open matching players on 1 point, you're going to play that and then go to a women matching point, meaning there's going to be 4 for 2 in a row, B and B, and we're going right back to a double open matching point. So ratios alternating, that means the puller has to alternate. So this is a women matching pull, as you're seeing right now. Big OI pull coming down, PBHG on defense. I would think Fable is going to stay with their horizontal set that has been working for them so far. Slash cut coming down. That's Evan Chen. Going for the over-the-top backhand, nice and floaty. That is Nicholas Chang. Nathan Supentong. Seems to have been maybe contact on the mark. They've resetted. And was there a stoppage? Well, they're still having a discussion, so violation here. So yeah, looking like it was a fast count call. They brought the stall count down, and I think PBHG thinking there was another stoppage. So for those who are not aware, if the fast counter does not reset their stall count, the player with the disc can call a violation, and then it would stop the play, and then it would bring it back down to 0. Oh, goes for the bump upfield. Great play by Nicholas Chung. Nicholas Chang, pardon me. Supentong throwing, diving catch made. Christine Laxon goes up line. And Christine Laxon is going to make back-to-back diving catches for this team. Fable able to maintain that hold.
Not a lot of challenging defensive looks teams are looking at yet. I mean, yes, of course, as we mentioned, all downwind, all in the same end zone. Everyone's just sort of feeling each other out. But as much as on that one, she did have to leave her feet. It didn't really click because of the defensive pressure, causing them to have a chance of dropping it.
Absolutely. The wind has been tricky all day. We have seen the wind help receivers in many occasions. We've also seen the wind be detrimental where it's just hanging there for hours and then you get defenders piling up into underneath that Frisbee. But we've been very blessed to have awesome weather throughout this entire tournament. We did have a weather delay yesterday, but other than that, things have been pretty clear.
Yeah, it's been beautiful. I'm interested to see who blinks first here. I think both teams are probably content coming out after a quick loss to playing turnaround to just stay on holds, do what you can on offense and see what you can get on defense. But the game usually starts when that first break comes up.
You know, people always say this. The difference between a bronze medal and a silver is that people say, oh, well, you lose to get silver. So if you're in a bronze medal game, you're winning to get this. So people are hyped up. People are on their toes. This is a winning opportunity for any of these teams. Centering pass coming to Thomas Boyle. Looking for a break side play with Paget. Paget elects to go with the big huck. Was there a piece on it? And it looks like it is out of bounds right at when Paget had thrown the disc. So never coming back in. So they're going to take this disc all the way back up. Reminder that with an observed game, you have 10 seconds in the central zone, so the field between both end zone lines to bring the disc back into play, or else the marker can start counting stalls here. Fable break chance going right away for it. They box out, early celebration, and Fable gets the break. And it looks like there is a foul call here by Matthew Paget.
Definitely saw the receiver use his forearm a little bit to create some space there, and the defender wasn't having it. He called it right away. I do think that one's going to come back, and rightfully so.
So the disc may be contested here, brought back, especially if there was a foul call, if they elect to go to the observer. And if the observer ruled that it was a foul, is unfortunately going to be a turnover.
I think, if the offensive player, I guess we'll see what they choose. They went to the observer.
And that is going to be an observer ruling that it was a foul. Okay.
It was a foul, but looks like it'll stay with the hands of Fable here.
Stay with the hands. Stay with Fable over here. Well, perhaps because it was a foul occurring way before making a play on the Frisbee, so the disc will go back to Fable. Attacking up line is number 24. PBHG defender immediately apologizing with that. Obviously inadvertent contact by Main Nguyen. We got Dora Chen with the disc right now. Looking to the open side, right to Alice Wang. Alice Wang going up line, finding Ryan Lin, and right in the pocket, so we do have a break by Fable.
First break of the game. You definitely feel that energy coming off of Fable now. They are fired up.
It's always fun to see who gets the first break, especially in games like this, especially in big podium or medaling opportunity games. This is looking like a strike first, but based on what we have seen throughout the week from PBHG, absolutely they're thinking, oh, no worries, we're going to get this back, and we're going to start climbing back into this game.
And even if we look at the last bronze medal match we just had, there were multiple leads of multiple breaks that were totally swallowed up within just a few minutes. So, yeah, it's a small flinch. Again, I think if they're within 1 point with 10 minutes left, it's anyone's game. And you really have to think about the factors that are at play right now. Like the coaches and the players do get to a point at the end of the game where you start throwing everything you have at it. There's not a lot of holding back as we get closer. As we sort of chip away at this game and get closer to that hard cap. Probably see a little bit of creativity come out from the players. See that extra energy come out no matter what the scoreline's at.
Fable now getting ready for a big pull. That was number 12, Lester Ng. There's a pull hitting the ground, but we are stopping that roll. Right to Thomas Boyle. A little bit of a poachy look. Looking like you have one male matching player and 2 women matching players in that middle here. They find the slice through the middle. They are dribbling now upfields. That is Heather Herms with the Frisbee. Right to the middle, back again to Mitchell. Mitchell finding Fauché. Schwartz. Stall count rising. Looking the open side. Oh, perhaps a cutter thinking that it was going to go to the cutter behind them. And Fable able to make a defensive play on that.
There's an excellent cut off the front of the stack there. Just a bit of a miscue with that throw from Heather Herms.
Mitchell on the mark here. Fable, another chance for a break opportunity. They are going to elect to shoot right away. PBHG defender jumps and makes a play with 2 hands. Well done by Heather Herms to be right in the inside positioning.
sure she's happy with that. Get her disc back.
Fable looking for Alice Wang on that. Tombo will pick up. Matthew Paget in the bail space. Thomas Boyle's going to take off deep here. Looks off Mitchell, the pump fake. Right back to Ezra Thiessen. Shooting to the open side, same third, and Mitchell's going to get there for the PBHG score.
Well run. Way to clean up by PBHG. You know, they definitely, using both sides of the field there, were able to collect themselves and throw something out long. I mean, I think Fable is, again, as soon as they got that turn, they just sent it down towards the end zone. Obviously, they're hoping it's getting a little bit closer to the end zone next time, so they have more of a runway, but I think they're quite content with being up one break right now and just saying, you know what, whenever we get a chance, let's create something. Let's get an opportunity.
I would assume, you know, Coach Austin right now for Fable is probably telling them, hey, we got control right now. All we need to do is march up and down the field, get a hold, because we have control and we can dictate the pace of this game.
Absolutely. I mean, being aware that they are on that upwind now, upwind hold, but didn't actually right now, it's not really that gusty. It seems to have died down. It's kind of coming in bursts, where every now and again we'll get a few gusts, but right now, not certain how much of a factor that will be.
This is a women matching point for PBHG. We have a women matching player with the pole. This is where we want to see that young athletic D-line once again start to generate some pressure. Pole coming out flat and no one there to collect. Right to the home side cone. Disc is centered. Supendong. Nicholas Chang being a huge operator on this O-line in terms of cutting. Disc is up. Oh, pressure coming in from PBHG, but able to secure the catch. Fable reversing the field, getting the disc centered, and Nicholas Chang. Itsuki Nagao. Stall count rising, going up, centering that pass. Oh, this disc rising up once again, but oh, we got Evan Chen with a little bit of springs to be able to get that disc. PBHG really going horizontal on a lot of these passes, putting a lot of pressure right now on Fable. Fable still composed, hitting their targets. You can see the sideline energy rising, trying to communicate with their team. Disc is flying up in the air, dying far side. We have a absolutely perfect read from Nicholas Chang. He has been absolutely all over the scoreboard here, Blake.
That was excellent vision to see that strike coming from the handler space there all the way down the field.
A lot of tough catches PBHG had to, Fable had to make with the PBHG defensive pressure. Also very difficult pass to read if you're a defender. You got this cross field break side shot falling down, the edge coming into this home sideline. As a defender, you just got to be able to be sticky and have a play on that, but offensive player read it perfectly, Nicholas Chang.
I mean, somehow they looked comfortable in that space of everything sort of being a little bit on the edge. And I think, yeah, Nicholas Chang is definitely anchoring them right now and bringing that level of comfort. You know, if everyone keeps catching, who cares about what pressure's up?
Absolutely. Very reliable cutter and Nicholas Chang. Another break opportunity right now for Fable. We have another women matching pole. That's going to be Dora Chen heading out to the home sideline. This being centered right now to Thomas Boyle. Looking like a split stack look. You're looking like a classic traditional set play, pole play coming out of the stack, the two-side stack of the split stack. High release. Being able to secure that. We got Mitchell. Pump faking the up the line. We are centering the disc back. Nice little grab there. Man Nguyen recenters, jam cut Matthew Paget back to Nguyen. Mitchell calling for it. Defender is able to see that. Inside shot coming in to Thomas Boyle. Disc is now on the home side. Heather Herms to Boyle. Boyle to Jordan Turner. 10 yards away from the red zone here. Shot goes up. And Fable player Evan Chan read it perfectly. Was able to go toe-to-toe with Mitchell to get this disc back.
Great pressure from Fable that whole point. Looked like they were changing up their force a little bit to make things a little more uncomfortable, and it paid off for them.
So another ISO situation right now for Fable. It's going to take off deep, and the deep shot is going to go up. Matthew Paget fighting for positioning at the inside, went up with two hands to secure that block. Disc is centered to Mitchell. Mitchell finding Turner. Turner with the big backhand around. Right to Herms. Herms looking at Matthew Paget in the reset space. Paget, far side. Turner. Turner going up with the high flick. Marks are starting to take away those big arounds. Paget near the end zone. Looking for the backhand break, and that's going to unfortunately die down right to the turf.
I'm interested to see what Fable creates here because they've just been throwing it off of the turn, but each time it's a little bit late and it's getting to a sky battle rather than running onto it. And I'm wondering if they'll try and go for the ISO again or maybe try and flow up the field now they have a second chance.
Absolutely. So similar look. You got number 25 there, Bilal Nazimani. Not able to find an option. The mark rotating and orbiting. That was very good defensive pressure by Main Nguyen there. Rotating on the mark, taking away that backfield space. So Fable being forced to go upfield on that throw and unfortunately going to the sideline. Hand zone look here from PBHG. Paget has an open receiver in Nguyen. Little slip at the front of the stack, but we're able to find. And there is Paget with the upline calling for that disc. Oh, no call. Signaling no call by Bilal. That is going to be confirming the PBHG hold right there. So going back to what you mentioned, Blake, about, Fable looking deep on most defensive offense occasions, not working out for them. So what are you hoping to see from them if they end up being on defense again?
I mean, we got to see a little bit of what they tried to generate without shooting it deep, and those are big bodies on PB that are ready to clog up that space, especially around the handlers, and they didn't seem that comfortable, hence the turnover. Realistically, if they wanted to keep trying shooting it deep, it wouldn't be the end of the world if they threw a little bit earlier. They've got fast players, and I think if they can get a bit of a runway to get up, they have a better chance. And if you're a D-line, you're taking a 50-50 every time. That's your play style. They already got one, right? Maybe they'll get another. It's just these ones that they're throwing it by the time the cutter's already at the half line, and it's only going 3/4 of the field. So they get a big body in pink pants standing underneath the disc. It's hard to beat that.
Absolutely. This is why we have captains and coaches being able to read and make a read on what is working, what is not, or what we need to adjust in the moment. Centering this to Supentong. Nicholas Chang. We've been seeing him a lot. Lex for that nice flick down the line here. That's Evan Chen. Evan Chen finally Nicholas Chang. Big fake. And then going deep once again. Just a little bit too far for number 13 there. Christine Laxon. We had Burrell on the mark there, taking the Nicholas Chang matchup. Hoping to slow down his stat line right now. PBHG with a chance for a break. Horizontal stack. We got a slash coming out, but immediately handler poach. Huge bit on the mark, but lucky there was a pick call. or else PBHG would have had an open throw. So observer coming in, just figuring out catch up or placement or where anybody needs to be after a pick call. So having a little discussion about that. Looking like we have it resolved. Mark coming back on. We got Burrell with the disc now. Directing a little bit of traffic here. Back to center. William McLeod gives it up. How's Jonah Wong running deep right now? Biceps and hands go up by the observers. That means a pick was called. Nicholas Chung signaling, yeah, that's pretty much the distance I had in that situation. PBHG with a vertical stack, but a lot of pressure being generated. And as you can see right now, did not touch the Frisbee, but just enough to deviate and make the catch harder to focus on right there. Supinthong picking up. Trying to shake in the bail space. Now Sean Rowe, inside shot. We go for the around, but the PBHG defender is right there. Receiver probably wanted a little bit further. The block was number 34 from PBHG, Emma Robertson.
Hearing a pink play call from PBHG.
Oh, we've heard that before, right, Blick?
I actually don't know if I have.
They've been calling a lot of that pink call on stream, and normally I believe it means there is some sort of flow coming into the middle of the field, and there's going to be a strike coming off the break side. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, PBHG, when you watch the stream again. Right into the poach, and now Fable dribbling right near the end zone. Centering here, this is Nicholas Chang with the disc. And we are able to find our number 33, Evan Chen, once again.
It was just a hold for Fable. Obviously, PBHG is looking same. We had 2 opportunities and couldn't get out of our half, so someone's got to shift up for us. And I think both teams' D-lines right now trying to think about what can we do to use these opportunities better and actually get someone working for us.
So something I noticed with this Fable O-line defense, playing a lot of back shoulder, right? They are back shoulder in the vertical stack, and they are wanting PBHG to get the unders here, and they're trying to see if they got timing to maybe make a play on the disc. As soon as the PBHG players are catching it, you have a mark right there counting stalls immediately. So electing to play a back shoulder type defense there.
And I've been noticing that in combination with the fact that their handlers are very content sloughing off and sort of clogging the lanes, even if they're not intentionally poaching. They're just sort of like slowly walking to their guys when they're on or their marks when they're on the break side or the open side. And so I do think it's just causing that flow for PBHG to not really be there yet.
Of course, having Evan Chen flying on the mark and flying in the bail space
it helps.
Does help quite a bit. We got an open matching player pulling here. This is Bilal Nizamani. Nice hanging pull. Pretty much going to end up in the back of the end zone here. Thomas Fuller brings it out of the red zone. Slash cut denied. Inside shot back to the middle here for Fauché. Fauché to Schwartz. Schwartz, lefty. And that is a poach block by number 3, Nathan Chan. Pretty much read it the entire way and was able to accelerate and close out on that disc.
Fable kind of playing almost straight up there, allowing the disc to come up but saying, try it. We'll get you. And they did.
Let's find out if PBHG can get this disc back, or is this going to be a Fable break? Front cone. Up and over, and this is going to be completed. Huge break right now for Fable.
Great shot by Bilal Nazmani. And they are up 2 breaks. Score is 7-5. 7-4. Excuse me.
I do like the timeout right now that is being called by PBHG. You know, again, you want to slow it down. You just got broken, and it was a pretty fast break. Or quick break, I should say. Fast break would be another term for transition. And they have a time to talk about it. They have a time to be able to reassess things and say, hey, it's okay. We're still in this game. What we want to do is bring that scoreline closer, because right now Fable is knocking on the door of halftime.
So the biggest thing I've seen Fable do to disrupt this PBHG offense is change up their forces. I saw one where they looked like they were almost forcing middle, and then I saw one right there where they were pretty loose and they were allowing anything backhand or forehand, but everything upfield was taken away with their mark. What do you think PBHG can adjust here to come out and just start getting holds again?
Definitely to be changing their throwing angles. So when you see the mark changing from flat to a backhand force to a forehand force, as a thrower, you got to recognize, one, your angles have to change, and the way that you're pivoting, the way that you're finding balance in your throws. As cutters downfield, you need to recognize what is the force. I can't be cutting the same exact way every time. I got to adjust that, oh, now I'm on the open side, now the break side has changed, so my cutting patterns have to change based on the force. I always say this as a coach, if you are on defense, the most disruption you can have is on the marks.
Fair enough. I have seen that a lot of PBHG's issues right now are on those lateral cuts. So the throws are a little more lateral. They hang for a second, and then Fable can tighten up their angle and knock it out of the air like they just had there.
And in your opinion, Blake, if you saw a flat mark in front of you and you're a cutter downfield, how would you change the way you cut, or what would be your kind of thinking process here?
My thinking process, I guess, would depend on the thrower and how confident and comfortable I am in that thrower. Some throwers I might be like, okay, well, I know what throw they're going to want to go for anyways, or what are they showing? Do they look confident and comfortable on the disc right now? A lot of times you are having to wait to see what they're going to generate with their body, moving that mark. And then realistically, it just means the mark doesn't know which side I'm going to. You know, they're not taking anything away. I can get open on either side as long as my thrower's paying attention, just hoping that I can build some of that flow with them in creating that.
Absolutely. We are getting a signal from the observer that it was out of bounds, so we're going right to the middle of the field. Nguyen looking for middle pass here. Just out of the hands of Main Nguyen. We're looking to attack up line there, get into a power position. Probably not the start you wanted after a timeout, but this is the chance to play defense and get it back. Fable with the disc. Inside backhand. Thomas Boyle on the mark. Chan going to the end zone right away. You do have a peeling defender for PBHG and makes a defensive play. Mitchell gets the disc back for PBHG.
That's understandable West Coast Ultimate. You hear the coach screaming on the sideline, let it fly, let it fly. They're happy with generating those because they know if they get one big sky, it's a heartbreaker for PBHG.
Thomas Boyle jogging that disc right back up to the line. Do have a women matching player for Fable poaching in that open side lane and just taking up anybody who's going in there. So PBHG having to change a little bit of their cuts right now. We go to the far sideline to Turner. Turner goes behind. Just a bobble. That is a turnover. We are at the red zone right now. Fable picks it up right away. Could this be the break they want? And yes, it is. Goal signaled by the observer. They get to halftime to 8-4 over PBHG.
That is a big uphill battle here for PBHG coming to that second half, but we've seen bigger uphill battles won than that one. We know when it comes down to the wire, all that matters is are you within 1 or 2 points to finish up. We've got 7 minutes for halftime.
Absolutely. So we are going to take a little bit of a pause, give you a little bit of commercials here on our stream, and we are going to get, stay tuned for some halftime interviews, potentially, and a big second half coming to you in this bronze medal matchup in our mixed senior division.
They're looking for a reason to quit. Let's give it to them.
All right, welcome everyone. We are bringing you a halftime interview. I am here with Mr. Zaka. Welcome to this interview. We are looking at an 8-4 lead, okay? And this is a great start for Fable against PBHG right now. What has worked for you in this first half from your perspective?
I think we came out with this game with the expectation that we just wanted to play our regular game, right? We know all about PBHG. We know they're a really strong team, but we started this tournament as a lower seed, so a lot of people didn't know about us, and we wanted to showcase who we are, and I feel like that's what we've done so far.
Absolutely. I was looking through the roster and I'm like, these are a lot of new players that I don't know about that are showing incredible skills and showing that they can compete at this level. If you're in the huddle right now, this is a podium situation. If you're Fable, what are you telling yourself right now for the second half?
We're telling ourselves it's 0-0. We started this game with our guns blazing, and we're going to continue on the same way. We're fighting as hard as we can. We know they're fighting as hard as they can, and we're not going to let up.
That is awesome. I did notice a defensive strategy from your O-line is a lot of back shoulder defense, playing a lot of backing defense and really letting PBHG get quite a bit of unders, but a lot of pressure, not letting them huck the disc. Is this something that you practice pretty much all season? Is that something you have in your back pocket?
It's actually our main look. It doesn't matter at this point, although if we go to PAUC, maybe they're going to do some research on us. But now people are going to know, right? So, yeah, we just realized we have the legs and we're going to use them. So, yeah.
That is fantastic. And of course, fighting for that PAUC bid, a wonderful tournament, by the way. Hopefully everybody gets a chance to go at least once in their ultimate careers. That concludes our halftime interview. Thank you so much. Good luck in the second half. That was awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
We are back with second half action in our senior mixed division, CUC 2026, here at Newton Athletic Park. My name is Habib. I'm here with Blake. Bronze medal game, and this is PBHG from Manitoba and Fable from BC. Fable is up 8-4 right now, so they have pretty much a commanding lead, and they are looking to hopefully put this team away. And right now, PBHG looking like they're starting on offense in the second half. And Fable is getting out their normal defensive line. Blake, thoughts on where the second half may take us? Right, we have seen some crazy comebacks in this CUC 2026, so really anything is possible. And what are you looking, if you are PBHG right now, what is your mentality coming into the second half?
I think all they need is one run. Whatever confidence they have now, whatever energy they have now will be totally different if they score 2 straight points. And so all they're looking is just how can we get to that run right now? What's the soonest we can get to that run? And Fable's thinking, we're expecting them to score. We've got that lead, and if we can take any of this lead for the next 40 minutes, we win this game. So it does become that hard mental game of what can we do point to point I truly think this game's still alive for both teams.
It is a women matching point, so women matching pole opens up the start of the second half. PBHG coming down in a vertical stack look. Got it open, matching player. Sitting back shoulder here. Again, Fable going with their usual look, the back shoulder defense, allowing PBHG to have to force to throw a lot of passes. And when teams do this, they're looking to gas their O-line. They want them to use their legs if you're going to score on us. Just moving to the far sideline here. Deep shot goes up. Huge run, huge bid. Just a little bit too far for Man Nguyen.
That's better generation from PBHG. You know, they created something, and now, again, they find themselves in this position where can we force this D, keep it down this half.
We have Jordan Wu picking up the disc right now on the near the front cone, at least 5 yards from it. ISO lane here. Fable takes off deep, and the deep shot goes up. Again, Matthew Paget lurking in the area, being able to make a play and read what's going on here. Thomas Paul looks at the toe, and he is in bounds. Is it back to Paget? Far sideline to Fauché. Fauché to Herms. This goes up. Thomas Paul makes the grab. One-handed grab on the far side. Back to Herms. PBHG on the home sideline right now, knocking on the door of the end zone. Turner centers to Paget. Paget looking end zone. Deep shot goes up, arcing flick, and it is right in the breadbasket for Jordan Turner for the score.
Way to clean it up by PBHG. Again, we see that look from Fable. That instant huck off the turnover leads to two of them around to the disc, and the guys in black and pink are tall today. You know, they've won every single matchup off of those hucks. And PBHG capitalizes. They can keep getting those. Now it's just, can we get this break?
And Blake, if you are the PBHG coach right now, how tight are you calling these lines down 3, looking forward, get on a break train? How would you be doing this if you were the PBHG coach?
I mean, this might be the opportunity to look at a few crossovers. You want to keep your D-line players probably pretty consistent still at this point. There's a decent amount of game left. Of course, you're looking for a break now. For the rest of the game, they're going to be looking for a break now. I would expect 1 or 2 captains or 1 or 2 of your top players who do play both to start coming in. Because really they're looking at what are the matchups that we're losing consistently on this line. And like right now, Nick Chang, it's a big piece for them. If they can get someone else on him to at least keep him quieter, they'll maybe be able to force a turn for him.
Absolutely, he is really rising up on that stat sheet, so you can only hope to contain his cutting right now, what has been working out for Fable. Pole goes up, and it is floating, giving PBHG plenty of time to get down there. Electing not to catch the pole. Might as well set up their pole play from static here. Chen takes off deep. Deep shot goes up immediately for Chen. Puts on the burners and makes the grab. 1 pass, 1 goal.
I mean, the perfect put. Dropped right in his basket. Decent job from the defender to keep up with him and put himself in a position to get that disc, and it's just hard to guard. Good offense.
Evan Chen absolutely showing his athleticism both on defense and on offense. You almost didn't even realize that disc was coming up, had to look to his right shoulder and then just put on the jets right to the end zone.
I mean, he knew he just had to run. He got it done. It'll be interesting now. That scoreline's still more or less the same as we come out of half, but does that change PBHG, or they come out and feel just as comfortable here?
If you're an O-line and you get a 1 pass, 1 goal, you are extremely happy. You don't need to burn out your legs. You get to go out and put the D-line back on. You get to be in a very comfortable situation.
Absolutely. And I mean, we still have 33 minutes-ish until, 28 minutes until soft cap here. So again, it's a lot of time if they can just slowly chip away. You know, if they get to a point where the game is 12-10 with 10 minutes left, they might be happy with that. You know, you never know what could happen in those short times.
Absolutely. If there's a time to generate offense and get quick blocks, it is right now. Pull goes up. Edge hitting the turf. We are centering it right to Thomas Boyle. Slash cut coming across, denied by those handler poaches once again. We're on the close side here. Oh, just a miscommunication, thinking that Paget was going deep. Shot is going to go up to nobody. And now PBHG on defense.
Let's see what Fable draws up here.
We see Nizamani going into the bail space right behind the thrower. Marking backhand. Paget almost gets there. Sailing that throw. Burrell. So a travel call. However, Paget immediately retracting the call. Probably because he, realized immediately that it didn't really affect the outcome of that play. I don't think he was probably going to get there. So good spirit from Paget. You got Burrell on the mark here. 45 degrees. Taking away the around right now. Lynn just out of the hands here. Looking for that quick little tight pass up line. Really good pressure by PBHG to get this disc back. Again, rotating mark from Fable, finding the upfield pass to Burrell. Active handler going up the line. Great bid, had it in the hands, but just couldn't unfortunately survive the ground contact. Another chance for Fable. Pressure is up, pressure is up. He knew that that pass had to be a little tight, so. Again, very good spirit right now from Fable, saying that actually, the disc was up here. That's where it did land out of bounds. Inside shot from Burrell. And again, the jitters right now for PBHG. Fable picking it up immediately for a fast transition. We're on the far sideline here. Cutter's starting to be active. Disc goes up. Looked like there was some contact. We hope that that is Bilal Nizamani is okay.
Definitely looked like there's some contact on the follow through of getting that D. Defender had it decently comfortably, but when you make contact, it's tough to see someone go down like this. Hoping he's all right.
Absolutely. I know the disc went up in front of the offensive player, and so Thomas Boyle, being ahead of the pack, put a hand out there to hit the disc and definitely looked like some follow-through contact.
Yeah.
Inadvertently, of course.
Of course. This is entirely incidental. Two players playing hard for the disc. And we're going to take a minute just as they collect themselves and check on their teammate.
Could see the Fable team right now helping Nizamani up. Able to get on his feet and walk off. We are very thankful to see that, absolutely.
And then we have to decide if there's a call on the play or not. See who this possession stays with. Always difficult when you're hurt, having to then come back and be like, right, I got to make a call.
So having that discussion right now with the observer crew. Looks like Nizamani could be calling a foul here. But potentially also discussing that, did it truly affect the outcome of this play?
It's tough when there's contact enough, put you down to not think about the fact that, I could have caught that. Looks like there's no call.
And I'm seeing a hand signal from Nizamani saying retracted, so looking like no call. PBHG will retain this disc. We do have our injury sub for Fable coming on. And they are ground tapping. That signifies that we are live. Play is live. Immediately to Burrell on the inside slash cut. Inside shot, able to seal with their body. That was Ezra Thiessen. Burrell again with the inside shot. Been spamming those. They have been working. Schwartz with the disc. Call on the field. We didn't see any hand signals, so didn't really know what the call was. However, we are echoing that it is coming in at stall 4, so just enough time to find Paget in the center space. Step around fake. And just through the hands, PBHG player. Immediately, Fable picks it up and hucks this disc. It is trailing to the right side. Almost caught by number 80, Doris Zhang. And that has really been the style for Fable right now. As soon as they pick it up, they are looking for these deep shots. What a beautiful layout defensive play. Fable gets it right back. That was number 22, Yadi Yu. Fable looking into the deep space, but elects to reset back to center. This goes back to the far sideline to Sarah Ng. One-handed grab there by Ryan Lin. Inside backhand goes up. Is there enough float on this? Yes, there is. We are in bounds. We have a score. We have Fable goes for 10 points.
That is a huge break by Fable. You can really just see how much they wanted. That was a long, hard-fought point, and PBHG just digging a deeper hole now. Every hold is so important. And looks like we have another timeout called.
Probably to calm the nerves and calm the energy from Fable right now. I want to shout out once again Yadi Yu for that incredible going horizontal, fully off the ground to make that defensive play. You love to see that, Blake.
I mean, you can just tell how much they believe in themselves and each other when they're out there. Like, they are not slowing down on offense or on defense. And yes, that does lead to some turnovers on offense, but they're happy to just play defense again and get it back. And you got to love that mentality from a team in their position.
You can also see how comfortable Fable is going fully horizontal. You got so many players that don't mind hitting the ground. They got great technique. They're sliding, coming right back up. It shows you that, one, they practice this a lot. They have the athletic abilities to be able to generate those blocks. We do have just announced, we have a technical foul being given to Fable for edge spiking the disc. Okay, so for the most part in the senior division, you can celebrate by throwing the disc on the ground. However, you cannot damage equipment. And that is the reason for the technical foul. So, you don't want to be aiming that right at the ground. We do have not an unlimited reservoir of frisbees here at CUC, Blake.
Yes, we do hope that disc is okay. We'll make it home tonight.
Or we're going to have to go to the merch tent and buy a couple more from the BE tent there.
Now, PBHG hasn't been playing It's a Clock, but right now they might be. This hole is getting big enough that when we're looking, we got 20 minutes until soft cap. You're not happy with how much time is left, so they need to start generating something now. I'm interested to see what they come out with, and I'm interested to see what Fable recognizes. They're knocking on the door of a bronze medal. They get 1 or 2 more breaks, and this game is out of reach.
Absolutely, 100% here. I was coaching the junior division all week, and so I'm actually not used to seeing spikes because spiking was completely banned for our junior players, and it didn't matter what kind of spiking. Whether it was a kick spike, a head spike, you could not see the disc go in the air. So definitely something new that I'm seeing here. PBHG, horizontal stack look. Thomas Boyle, no mark yet. Finds Mitchell. Undercut is contested. We go right back to Boyle. Fable again playing back shoulder, so you got somebody always shadowing you when you're attacking those spaces. Mitchell with the disc. Able to secure the grab as Main Nguyen. Gives it up to Herms. Turner looking up line, then looking toward bail space. Overarching shot back to Boyle. That was a wonderful OI backhand. Boyle, no pivot, throw. And just missing it as the Fable defender, but we are securing that catch if you're PBHG. And that is a hold.
Great patience from that receiver to wait for that to float back down to her. And PBHG has life. We do have a pulse.
Perhaps this is the spark needed to ignite some sort of momentum on the defensive end for PBHG. If you're Fable right now, you're comfortable because, I mean, your offensive line has been able to just produce so many cuts, so many great throws. You've had the deep space open. You've been able to march up the field. So
we've got 12 minutes till soft cap, which means we're probably not playing to 15, which means if I'm Fable, exactly, you know, you only need 1 or 2 more holds for the rest of this game. It's just when are they coming? Now, after that soft cap, it's being able to, do we have enough rhythm just to put 1 more away? And it does seem like they've got that right now. Let's see if they can keep it up. We did see a quick 3-break comeback in our last bronze medal game, so nothing is out of reach here.
Right back to PBHG's team mantra, which is, why not us? Well, if they are in belief of that right now, why not us? Well, it could be you that makes the comeback in this CUC bronze medal game. Subenthong elects to go back to the dump. Covered pretty well. Goes for the inside shot on a high stall count. Right to Wu. Inside shot to Chang. Chang is going to let it rip. Evan Chan. And we had absolutely no doubt that he was going to run and make that play with how much he has been providing for Fable. Fable fired up right now.
Hey, shoot or shoot. Didn't matter that their first 6 Hucks didn't get caught this game. They keep going, and here they are. 11-6. PBHG just feeling this one slipping away.
Evan Chan has been lighting up the cutting space.
Absolutely. And yet, you know, if Fable was going to score a hold, if I'm PBHG, I'm like, well, I'm glad they did it in 10 seconds instead of 2 minutes. Keep time on the clock for us.
You could hear the General Strike players chanting all the way in the back tent over there, giving some life to PBHG here. Love to see your province giving you big support, big energy. This is what I love about the CUC community. You know, if you are in the open division but you want to go support your community and friends in the women's or mixed division, it's a perfect opportunity to do so as we get closer to the finals, bronze, and semifinal games.
Absolutely. And we know that Beer Garden is just going to get louder once they're there.
Personally, I've been spamming the booster juice here at the at the tournament as a coach and a commentator. It's been super fun. Big pull comes up to the middle of the end zone here, collected. Oh, and we did not see the poach, and we have, an almost Callahan, bringing it back to the front line. Oh, and it is a break. You had Boyle with a huge layout, unfortunately missing it. And that is heartbreaking right now if you're PBHG. But if you're a Fable, you are on this cloud 9 right now.
I think you could see that one developing. When you saw that pull go up and just slowly trickle down, I think the handler was just thinking, let's get a smart center out of this. Heartbreaking.
You know, we've been talking about polls all week here at CUC, and this is the difference between a really good poll. You know, I was speaking recently to a coach from the junior division talking about, if you're going to throw really far, you better have hang time. You better let that defense have a chance at making those types of plays, and that's exactly what we saw right there on this break opportunity.
That's just that work mindset that Fable's got. Like, we are 15 minutes away from the end of their tournament. They're in their 7th game. They've fought all week, and we're still sprinting all the way down the field to take away that first throw, and that's winning teams make that extra effort.
Amazing to see the legs that Fable has of just not giving up on any play. And this is their chance to really go away from this game. And we're looking at PBHG right now. They've been quieting out. They're getting some cheers in on the sideline to stay in this game. Let's see how they respond. Pole looking like it is arcing out of bounds on the far sideline over there. Going to take it out to Brick. As Paget centers this disc, we also have received, just getting notice that Fable received a second technical foul, and this time it was just for the foul language, the swearing rule. Again, for those who are not aware, technical fouls do catch up with you. So if you get 3 technical fouls, you're looking at some potential yardage penalties happening for this team. Paget goes up the line at power position, shoots it. The deep shot goes up. We are running it down. Can we get there? That is an absolutely wonderful layout from 98. Matty Schwartz put it on the Jets to secure that disc, and now PBHG, we have life.
That was special. That was a special catch. And PBHG needs something special. So, fair dues. Let's see that 6 more times. Let's see him come back into this game.
That is Matty Schwartz saying, do not give up. Why not us? Using the team mantra. We are still in this game.
Absolutely. And although Fable received a second technical, I don't think they mind it. I think at this point they're flowing. They're like, okay, I'm going to say what I got to say. I understand if I'm penalized for that. I mean, at this point, like I said, we are now coming up 6 minutes till soft cap. Looking like we might be playing a game to 1 or 2 more points from here.
And perhaps maybe that's why they give you 3 technical fouls. It's just a little bit of a buffer room in case.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, some things slip out, you know.
Absolutely. Sometimes you can't contain that energy, but right now, PBHD, this is the energy you needed. This is the type of play that brings your team back to life. If you're a D-line right now, you are on fire. You are focused. You are dialed. You can hear the strike players once again shouting, giving them some energy. OI pole coming out from PBHG, hits the turf and is rolling to the close sideline, home sideline. Chang recenters to Supendong. Cutters going deep. We see a slash from Chen. Chen has been on fire in the cutting space. Centers it back. Supendong. And a layout bid comes in, just misses it. Nicholas Chang are able to secure it. Great grab by Chen. Recenters it again, end zone opportunity. Cutters telling themselves, push back, push back, push back. Looking for the inside shot, it is not there. And I'm not surprised, Evan Chen able to create separation and hold on to that score.
Great patience waiting for the observer there to signal that was in. Fable just looking in their bag right now. Everything looks comfortable for them. Everything looks like exactly what they drew up. Complete control of this game right now.
And you can tell when a team is quite comfortable. When you have the disc in your hands, you're throwing your fakes, you're moving the mark. You're not throwing at stall 1 because you probably don't even have to. You're just waiting for a open shot. You know, you're waiting and looking at your bail and throwing comfortable shots. So you can tell when a team is truly in control of a game offensively.
Absolutely. I mean, they felt comfortable all game. You know, PBHG hasn't really done a lot to throw them off balance all game. And I'm interested, I mean, maybe I'm not so interested in what happens for the rest of the game, because all they really need is 1 or 2 more on-balance points to finish up. And from what we've seen, nothing's going to change. Knock on wood, though.
Yeah. Could be a chance, potentially, for Fable to get to 15 points if they continue their break train here. Pole goes up as a women matching point. PBHG getting set in their traditional horizontal set. We absolutely have a women matching player in the lane, just taking away that initial Mitchell shot there. Mitchell with the disc. Have a lot of handlers sloughing off to take away those lanes. They do not want to see any hucks go up. So again, very comfortable Fable is to just sit in the lanes and make sure that they just play ping pong in the bail space. Inside shot comes in. That is Fauché. Back to Boyle. Boyle to Paget on the inside. Paget finding Schwartz. Goes for the lefty backhand. This is going to be a sky battle. Back corner. And going all the way up and not able to secure it. Thomas Boyle is going to want that one back.
There's a stall 9 option and a decent option to create at stall 9, but great recovery defense.
Just enough pressure from Fable to force that turnover. You're looking at their side stack right now at isolation in the lanes from number 29, Jason Liu. Go right back to center here. To number 16, Sarah Ng. Backhand right there for Yadi Yu, who had that incredible layout a couple of points ago. Up line in power position, looking to shoot. We holster that one, and we're looking center right now. This goes up just over the top of Dora Chen's head. Wasn't able to make a play on that anymore. PBHG gets a second opportunity. Oh, little miscommunication by Cutters, but an over-the-top throw goes to Mitchell. Get Schwartz attacking that front cone. That was an absolute sweet inside by Thomas Boyle to find Paget for the score. So again, PBHG not necessarily going away, hanging in there. And as we quickly approach soft cap, just as a reminder to everyone, so it is 13-8 right now for Fable. If Fable holds this, it will no longer be a time situation with the soft cap. It's just going to be a game to 15 at that point. However, there is a hard cap, meaning that if the lead stays the way that it is and a hard cap horn goes on, that means you are going to finish the point that you're playing unless it's tied. So unless you're in a 1-point game here, this is how the game just pretty much goes away in Fable's favor.
Yeah, I mean, we do still have 20 minutes, technically, to play if we can keep Fable off the scoreboard for the rest of the game. But it's really just knowing, like, does PBHG believe they can come back in this space, or is this game just going to trickle out?
Huge pull coming out. Got lots of yards that we can gain on that. There was a split stack option, and we are shooting to the deep space. Just a flat throw coming out too strong. Set play looking like they were coming out of the 3 side with a deep strike.
It was open. Now PBHG gets their chance, a quick chance, just what they needed.
This is where PBHG right now should find the poise and composure to just work it all the way up the field. But this Fable O-line defense has been on point. Unfortunate drop here by PBHG. Looking like a miscommunication between 2 cutters. Fable retains possession. Centers it right back to Nicholas Chang. Little travel call brings it right back. Oh, pointing out to the spot of where the travel occurred, right? So marker Daya just telling him, no, hey, that's where your travel occurred. Chang is clearing. Supentong with the disc. Goes for a big step out around to Evan Chen, just giving a little slip here. Bone tire, but comes back on his feet. Back to the middle. Oh, and a bidding defender, unable to get there. So Fable, once again, knocking on the door this time to finish this game. 14-8.
And that play was a bit of a metaphor for PBHG's game right now. It's like it's just out of reach. Got the effort that they need, found a position that they wanted, and just couldn't connect, unfortunately.
And a good timeout call by Fable, as we talked about, if you're much of in control in this game, and there's about 15-ish minutes left for soft gap, you're not really worried about time. You're probably just like, oh, let's bring the team together. Let's try to finish this game out and go stand on the podium.
Yeah, they're probably wanting to set an intention, be like, hey, we earned this. We're here. We're bronze medalists. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's clean this up. Let's end off on a positive note and be ready to run on the field. Whereas PBHG is, they get a chance to. They're still limping along, even though it looks like the door might be closed for them.
If you're PBHG right now, you're thinking, all right, we just got to play these points for us right now. We are in the top 4. We won our quarterfinal, made it all the way out to CUC. And this is a program that has absolutely found success, and they've been here before. And you're hoping that they can go out right now, win every point for themselves. And if you're Fable right now, you're just putting your team right now on the map as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially after this game, we are going to learn the names of many, many players that are pretty much coming up the ranks in the CUC series. Notably, shout out to Evan Chen, who has been just on fire this game on both the offense and defensive end. We had Yada Yu, who's been very consistent.
Yeah, that O-line for Fables looked super comfortable. And even their D-line's been just applying pressure the whole time. Their systems have looked comfortable and confident the whole time. Just all around, looks like a well-managed club.
And once again, another very spirited game, all around. It's good to see that at this level of the competition. Both teams, not many calls in general, just having really good discussions together. We did hear a horn. That could be the sound for soft gap here. Deep shot goes up. Can we get there? Just falling short here. I don't mind the look by PBHG. This is exactly what they need to do, is to get quick scores on the board and run and gun. Chance for Fable to end this game here as a D-line. They're going to their patented ISO stack right here. Deep shot goes up. Thomas Boyle peels out to make a play on that disc. You got Evan Chan taking up the Thomas Boyle matchup. We go all the way around to Fauché. Fauché finds the middle. Couldn't get the bump, but goes to the around to Boyle. Right back to Turner. 2 hands. We are at the far side right here to Thiessen. Looking like either just a trip, so perhaps a foul call here by Fable. Stops play. Just having a discussion about perhaps contact, perhaps the foul call in general. I always find it funny when they're having discussions, they can get up. They don't have to actually be staying on the ground. We saw a couple of situations where players were lying down on the ground having a conversation with somebody standing up, and I guess we're just in the moment, right?
Playing the psychological game.
Yeah, absolutely. Centering back to Boyle. Flips it over to Mitchell. Boyle calling for it. Trying to go for the around shot. Oh, an unfortunate drop here. Fable gets that possession back. Similar set. Evan Chen going deep. And they are going to shoot. Why not? It is Evan Chen after all. Makes the one-handed grab. 5 yards from the end zone. Fakes the backhand. Goes hammer over the top. And that is how you seal the game. Fable, in your mixed division, wins the bronze medal in incredible fashion right here.
And finishes with the edge spike. Good on them for waiting until after the game was done.
What a statement win from Fable. We have seen so many deep shots go up. We have seen so many highlights offensively and defensively. They are fired up right now, and this is what they are. This is what they wanted for their program here.
Yeah, they earned it. They played an incredible game. Credit to PBHG, had a good tournament. Came out, got outworked. Tough way to end your tournament, but they could hold their heads held high knowing they made that semifinal. They're still in the top 4.
Absolutely. You know, give the credit to PBHG for always letting CUC know that they're always a contender. They're always knocking on the door. They're always in the conversation for being in that top spot. So a really well thought out game. Fable again looking very clean on offense. Even when it was dirty holds, they just always seemed in control. They knew exactly where everybody was. The chemistry looked on fire. And we are excited to see Fable on that podium.
Well, coming up, we have the open final, which we're all excited for, which again, we'll probably see some big plays, some elation, and maybe some heartbreak at the end of the game as well. So stay with us. That's coming soon.
My name is Habib Atala, and I was joined here with Blake. And thank you so much for tuning in to this this bronze medal match from Fable and PBHG. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.